KWS, I do not understand how a public entity can allow encroachment into KWS land, which is gazetted. Mr. Speaker, KWS must move in swiftly and sort out this boundary issue so that they can demarcate the boundary of KWS and the residents amicably with the residents of both Kitui and Tana River. And this runs all the way from Mwingi North, coming to Mwingi Central, all the way to Kitui East and Kitui South. All those constituencies are affected by KWS. And when you call the local officers of KWS, one Mr. Ngeti, based at Mutomo, that fellow has gone rogue. The fellow is rude. The fellow is corrupt. Even when a call is made of distress, when elephants cross the border, those fellows do not respond. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask the director of KWS to rein on Mr. Ngeti, based at Mutomo, and Mr. James Nzei, based at Mwingi, so that these officers can be disciplined and forced to work with the residents and the local leaders amicably. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes,
thank you. Yes, Wario. 1 minute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also support my colleague who is also our neighbor. The KWS has become a thorn in the flesh. So, Mr. Speaker, I think 3 months ago, the House directed the DG KWS to sit with the local leadership and the community to resolve all matters surrounding the human-wildlife conflict and the boundaries to be resolved. So I think, Mr. Speaker, it is the right time. Those people from Kitui, Tana River, and Taita Taveta, the House to direct so that we sit together to resolve this matter of human-wildlife conflict and the boundary of Savo East to be resolved completely. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Cynthia Muge.
I want to ask that we must, as a House, place, Honorable Speaker, a solution so that we all put together the complaints, especially the complaints that are touching on the government land or forestry land or even the Kenya Wildlife Service areas or jurisdictions, Honorable Speaker, so that then, Honorable Speaker, we can reduce the friction between entities that are owned by government and the people, because the people need to be there for the entities, especially KWS and even the forests, to be able to be protected. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to ask that we put to these matters so that we can be able to address them, because if we continue going case by case, Honorable Speaker, it is going to take longer, and the people of Kenya would deserve and are qualified to receive services from this House, Honorable Speaker, will take longer to be able to receive it. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Zamzam, wewe ndio wa mwisho hapo.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi niweze kuunga wenzangu mkono. Mheshimiwa Spika, utata wa mipaka umekuwa ukiendelea kwa muda mrefu Mheshimiwa Spika, na ukiangalia sehemu kama Ganze, hata juzi tumepoteza mmoja wetu ama mwananchi kwa sababu ndovu ametoka huku akaingia huku. Na kwa hiyo mimi nataka pia kuweka msisitizo. Miaka ya nyuma kule ilikuwa KWS wanadhibiti mipaka yao vizuri, hatukuwa na hizi cases za watu kuuliwa na wanyama ama saa zote pengine wananchi ndio wameingia kwa wanyama, lakini kwa wakati huu inakaa ni kila mahali kuna crisis Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo mimi nawasihi wasiache wananchi kuchukua hatua kwa mikono yao, manake pia kupoteza wapendwa inaumiza Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo huu utata wa mipaka, hata wale ambao wameingia kwenye forest ama forest imeingia kwa watu, pia iangaliwe ili huu utata uweze kuisha. Kwa hiyo naunga wenzangu mkono, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable members, yes, Jalango. 1 minute, Baba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On matters KWS, even in my constituency in Langata, we've had issues where wild animals cross into people's homes. And all the time, we've raised these issues that the KWS must now come out really strong in safeguarding the different parks that they have. The Nairobi National Park has fences that allow even wild animals to cross into homes and into estates. And this has just not happened once, not twice, but even when we raise this concern, it is never even taken care of. So this time around, we request that they come out and make sure that the parks are much closed and that the people and the public are safe. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Order, members on their feet, take your seats. Ngaleje, on this as well, I'll give you 1 minute. You'll be the very last then.
Thank you, Honorable
Members on their feet, take your seats.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. It's because the matter concerns all of us. And Mr. Speaker, it should be taken seriously. In Elgeyo Marakwet, we have an area, a very fertile area, where people irrigate and plant their crops. They do tomatoes, they do watermelon. That is the Endo ward in Elgeyo Marakwet County, Tambach ward in Elgeyo Marakwet County, 2 wards, Mr. Speaker. And we have wildlife, to be specific, elephants, Mr. Speaker. Those people are no longer cultivating their land because the Kenya Wildlife Service has an office in Tot. They have staff domiciled in those areas. But Mr. Speaker, they do nothing pertaining it. I mean, theirs is just to stay there as the staff of KWS. So you find people plant their crops, but one day you find the elephants can invade overnight, and in the morning people wake up and they find that they have none of their crops. To grow a mango tree, Mr. Speaker, takes more than 5 years, but an elephant uproots it in 5 minutes. And it is a very devastating issue. It should be taken seriously, and KWS should tell us if they are not able to do that, we can take care of the elephants as well, Mr. Speaker, because it's like they will have the animals more than we'll have the human beings. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Order, members. Order. Order, members. Take your seat, honorable member. The 2 petitions are committed to the Public Petitions Committee to report back in the statutory 90 days. Karemba, you are the chair. Is the petition from Embu touching on your constituency?
Yes, it is, Honorable Speaker.
Is it engineered by you?
No, Honorable Speaker.
So when it comes to the committee, to avoid any conflict of interest, you let your vice chair chair the committee. Only that particular petition.
I hear you, Honorable Speaker.
You hear me or you understand me?
I understand you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, 2 things I want to acknowledge. I'm told I have a delegation of 40 chiefs from Mandera North constituency who are seated in a public gallery. I want to welcome them to the House and wish them a fruitful stay. Number 2, I was not here when the Honorable Abraham Kirwa came back to the House after a long stay out of jurisdiction for health reasons. I want to take this opportunity to welcome him back to the House. On my behalf and on behalf of those who sit on this seat with me, and inform members that Honorable Kirwa is one of the clear examples on how PSC looks after our members. We gave him an air ambulance to save his life, and he stayed in hospital in America for quite some time. We thank God he's back. Secondly, I also want to inform the House that the Honorable Ferdinand Wanyonyi, the member for Kwanza, is also unwell. He was in Nairobi Hospital for about a month, and the doctors recommended that we take him to India. He's now in India. Yesterday, I had a conference call with him and his spouse who took him. This morning, the clerk did the same. I'm saying this because I want to send a message to the evil rumor mongers out there in his constituency that he passed on and we are holding on to information maliciously. Honorable Ferdinand Wanyonyi has not passed on. He is in a hospital in India. He's responding well to treatment and is there with his wife and his daughter. And I have personally communicated with them. And honorable members, this can happen to any one of you. And we should condemn people who take people's plight and start spreading wicked rumors that have no value to anybody, not even themselves. Next. Yes, who is that? Who? Oh, Major Bashir. Yes, you are the owner of the chiefs?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I want to join you in welcoming the chiefs from Mandera North, Mandera County, to the House of Parliament, specifically to the National Assembly. And chiefs, you are most welcome to this house and enjoy the proceedings of this house. I know you are here in Nairobi and you came for a meeting with His Excellency the President. Having finished the meeting, you found it dim and necessary to pass through the National Assembly so that you can see and feel where your elected member of Parliament is also doing his job. And I want to thank you for finding time to visit us. You are most welcome. I know the chiefs are very, very important in the counties and the constituencies and sub-counties. You are a link between the people and the government services. I want to encourage you to continue serving the people of Mandera North and Mandera County in general so that services can be delivered to the great people of Mandera and Kenya at large. You are most welcome and feel free to interact with us once the session ends. Asanteni sana, karibuni.
Thank you, Bashir. Next. I'll call you in a few minutes. Yes, Honorable Milemba.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you for what you took us through in terms of our members of Parliament. But Honorable Speaker, there's also rumor in the air that we have a third senior counsel in the House who has not also been officially acknowledged. And rumor has it that you are the one, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, if you could clear the air.
Thank you, Honorable Milemba. It is so. Next.
Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I request you to indulge me, Honorable Speaker, on indulge me, Honorable Speaker, as before I want to congratulate you, Honorable Speaker, for being a senior counsel, that prestigious class of lawyers in this country. And we are proud to have you as our speaker and a senior counsel. So we want to congratulate you. Secondly, I also want to wish the Honorable Ferdinand Wanyonyi a quick recovery as he recovers from the hospital in India. I'll not be there during the press statement, Honorable Speaker, but I want to wish members well as we proceed on our long recess, Honorable Speaker, and to thank members who have supported us as leadership during this time, during this session, Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank each and every one of you. And also to welcome the new members. Please, always be here when the bell rings, so that during quorum, we don't have to run out of quorum, and yet we have several members that are new. Honorable Speaker, I want to lay the papers now. Speaker. I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2024, in the afternoon sitting. 1. Addendum to the performance audit report on management of cash and domestic debt by the National Treasury from the Office of the Attorney General. 2. Sessional paper number 3 of 2025 on partial divestiture in Safaricom PLC by Government of Kenya from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. Honorable Speaker, this is a very important paper which I would like to request members to grab and read. There has been a lot of talk on the issue of Safaricom divestiture. Now we are laying the paper, the sessional paper for the same. And it is important that you pick this, you read it, so that we avoid the rumor mongering that I have heard several members of parliament talk about on the media about the Safaricom divestiture. We have a sessional paper that is actually doing that. Third, first quarter report for financial year 2025-2026 on the implementation of the Equalization Fund from Equalization Advisory Board. This is a very important paper, Honorable Speaker, especially for those that come from areas that benefit from Equalization Fund. We have the first report, and it's important that you have a look at it. Rapid assessment report of the Auditor General on national government's action on addressing climate change. 5, Auditor General's performance audit report on provision of emergency medical care services in Kenya. 6th, 5th annual report of the Data Protection Commissioners for the financial year 2024-2025. 7th, reports of the Auditor General and the financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 and the certificates therein in respect of A, Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya, B, Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, C, Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, D, Kaelo Technical and Vocational Training College, E, Kenya Academy of Sports, and F, Kiambu National Polytechnic, G, Lafay Technical and Vocational Training College, H, Lagdera Technical and Vocational College, I, Laisamis Technical Training Institute, J, Lugari Diploma Teachers Training College, K, Mandera Technical Training Institute, J, Meru University of Science and Technology, M, Mukiria Technical Training Institute, N, Mumias West Technical and Vocational College, or Musakasa Technical Training Institute, P, Nkabune Technical Training Institute, Q, Ramu Technical and Vocational Training College, R, Runyenjes Technical and Vocational College, S, St. Mark's Teachers College, Kigari, T, Tarbaj Technical and Vocational College, U, Technical University of Mombasa Enterprises Limited, V, Thika Technical Training Institute, W, Tigania East Technical and Vocational College, X, University of Embu, and Y, Water Technical Training and Institute, and Z, Ziwa Technical Training Institute. Honorable Speaker, as I lay this paper, I would like to draw members, Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, to sessional paper number 3 of 2025 on the partial divestiture in Safaricom PLC by Government of Kenya from the National Treasury and Economic Planning. This paper now is available, Honorable Speaker, for people to look at. I thank you and I beg to lay.
Members on their feet, take your seats. You've given me 2.
Yes, because the first one relates to the audit report, and this one now is we communicate the papers that have been laid in relation to 1 and 2.
Okay.
So this is the one for Safari.
And this one?
This one is the one for the audit. So you will start with the audit one. Yes.
Order, members. Order. Honorable members, in relation to the papers laid by the majority leader at Roman 1 and 2, I have the following guidance to give to the House. The first one is on the consideration of the performance audit report on management of cash and domestic debt by the National Treasury. I wish to bring to the attention of the House an addendum to the performance audit report by the Auditor General on management of cash and domestic debt by the National Treasury, which has just been tabled by the leader of the majority party. The addendum report has been submitted pursuant to the provision of Section 39(1) of the Public Audit Act (CAP). For members, you recall that the performance audit report on management of cash and domestic debt by the National Treasury was tabled in the House on Tuesday, 1st October 2024, and I referred it to the Public Accounts Committee and Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning, respectively, for consideration. In this regard, the addendum is hereby similarly committed to the two committees for concurrent consideration with the performance audit report initially tabled. Additionally, honorable members, further to the Speaker's communication of 13th May 2024, committees of the House are encouraged to prioritize the examination of performance audit reports submitted by the Auditor General and table their respective reports for consideration by the House. You are accordingly guided. The second one is in relation to the consideration of sessional paper number 3 of 2025 on partial divestiture in Safaricom PLC by the Government of Kenya. Honourable members, you may note that the leader of the majority party has just laid before the House sessional paper number 3 of 2025 on the proposal for the partial divestiture in Safaricom PLC by the Government of Kenya as submitted by the National Treasury and Economic Planning. The sessional paper proposes to divest the government's shareholding in Safaricom PLC to facilitate the mobilization of resources to be allocated to critical infrastructure development. Honourable members, the sessional paper is hereby referred to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning and the Select Committee on Public Debt and Privatization for joint consideration. The Committee on Finance and National Planning is designated as the lead committee. Given the nature of the proposals contained in the sessional paper and the fact that the House is scheduled to proceed for its long recess later today, I have directed the clerk to invite the public and stakeholders to submit views on the sessional paper for a period not less than 30 days as from Monday, 8th December 2025. Honourable members, aware that the committee sitting shall stand suspended until 26th January 2026 upon adjournment of today's sitting, in accordance with the calendar of the House, the two committees are hereby permitted to commence their sittings as from Monday, 18th January 2026. This earlier resumption of their sittings shall allow the committees to conduct extensive public participation to obtain the views of the affected stakeholders, noting that Safaricom PLC is a government-linked company that is listed on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. The committees are urged to expeditiously submit their report in the House for consideration at the conclusion of the hearings and stakeholders' consultations. The House is accordingly guided. Honourable members, you are also aware today is your last sitting of this session, so I encourage you not to cause any quorum hitches in the House so that we can dispose of most of the listed business. I have also been requested by the Minority Chief Whip that some of your colleagues whom we swore in on Tuesday are keen to make their maiden speeches today. I will, at about 4 p.m., allow those who are ready a 3-minute stint. It will not be in contribution to any matter on the floor. Ordinarily, when I first came here, our maiden speeches were captured in our contribution to motions and bills. But I want to allow them 3 minutes or so to just address the House and perhaps break the stage fright that you may be having, so that you get inducted into the spirit of talking to your colleagues here. You know, this house has very many of us, a cocktail of Kenyans. You'll find teachers here, you'll find lawyers here, you'll find professors here, you'll find traders here, you'll find policemen here, you'll find army men here, you'll find lawyers here, you'll find everybody here. Yes. Next, I don't know any Mambamboga in this house, but I know we have a lot of ladies. Okay. Yes, next is the chairperson, Departmental Committee on Labor. Chonga.
Thank you, Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Reports on the Departmental Committee on Labor on 1. Approval hearing of Mr. Ali Abdallah Sarau for appointment as the Commissioner, as the Commission Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. 2 is consideration for the Industrial Training Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 50 of 2024. 3, its attendance for the African Public Service Day, APSD, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from 21st to 23rd June 2025. And finally, its attendance for the 20th Regional Seminar for Labor-Based Practitioners in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from 19th to 23rd May. I beg to lay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Chonga, Chairperson, Select Committee on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity. Yusuf.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, the 4th December 2025, the 4th report of the Select Committee of National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity on Employment Diversity Audit in Public Institutions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Regional Development. Is that Lisa Chelule? You had a coup in your committee? Or you have the vice chair? Go ahead.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Speaker, for this opportunity. I want to just request you, Mr. Speaker, sir, that before I lay the papers, I really want to thank God for healing Honorable Kirwa, and we believe that he will also heal Honorable Wanyonyi. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Report of the Departmental Committee on Regional Development and on its consideration of the Fire and Rescue Services Professionals Bill, Senate Bill number 55 of 2025. Thank you.
Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee. Honorable Mulyungi.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Reports of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of reports of the Auditor General as follows. Number 1, 11th report of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for West Mungirago, Bombasi, Awendo, North Imendi, Kirinyaga Central, South Mungirango, Ugenya, Kieni, Kipipiri, Bundalangi, and the Kiaru constituencies for the financial years 2013-14, 2014-15, 2015-16, 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, and the 2021/2022. And number 2, the 12th report of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for constituencies in Uasin Gishu, Nandi, Baringo, and the Bomet constituencies for the financial years 2013-14, 2014-15, 2015-16, 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, 2021-2022, and the 2022-2023. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Hussein Bare. Leader of Delegation to IPU.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Report of the Parliament of Kenya delegation to the 2025 hearing of the Interparliamentary Union held at the United Nations in New York, USA from 13th to 14th February 2025. Thank you.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock. DK.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Report on the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock regarding its inquiry into the pricing of tea in Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Vice Chair, Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Report of the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations, accompanied by the State Department for Diaspora Affairs on a visit to Abu Dhabi and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates from 8th to 15th June 2025. Thank you.
Chairperson, Select Committee on Parliamentary Broadcasting and Library.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 4th December 2025. Reports of the Select Committee on Parliamentary Broadcasting and Library report on 1. Its participation in the Mobile World Congress held in Kigali, Rwanda, from 21st to 23rd October 2025, and 2. Capacity building program on monitoring and evaluation in the legislature in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from 19th to 26th October 2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Next order. Honorable members have been requested by the majority leader. If you look at your order paper, we have a procedural motion at order number 8, being just a procedural motion regarding business of the day. I'll invite the majority leader to move that procedural motion before we go back to order number 6. Osoro, call it out. Hold on, Osoro, it has to be called out.
Order number 8, procedural motion, resolution to hold a Thursday evening sitting.
Osoro.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 30, hours of meeting in this House, that this House resolves that the afternoon sitting of today, Thursday, 4th of December 2025, terminates at 4 p.m. And 2, to enter an evening sitting, and this is now where the catch is, Honorable Speaker, today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, commencing at 4:15 p.m., of course, the evening sitting, for purposes of considering priority business. And finally, Honorable Speaker, that the evening sitting of today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, shall adjourn at 9 p.m. Honorable Speaker, the basis of this procedural motion, Honorable Speaker, is to seek to have our sitting, or rather today's sitting adjourned at exactly 9 p.m., For the very reason, Honorable Speaker, that the Deputy Majority Leader stated earlier, that today is the final sitting day for this session. And according to the Parliament's calendar, that there is need for us to dispense off every business that needed to be dispensed off, Honorable Speaker, before we break out for the long recess. Of course, we have the games, and then, of course, the long recess until February. So it's important, Honorable Speaker, that we try and brace ourselves for a long sitting, just up to about 9 p.m. today. We finish up all the things that are lined up, Honorable Speaker, for today's session, and again, create another session for 4 p.m. and another session, Honorable Speaker, for 4:15 p.m., so that all this business, Honorable Speaker, will be dispensed of, Honorable Speaker. So I beg to move and ask the minority whip, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, to second, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Millie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to second. It's a fairly straightforward matter because we need to conclude some of the urgent issues before the House. And so we'll need that extra session. I do second. Thank you.
Members on their feet, take your seats. So members, I now propose the question at order number 8, which is that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 30 hours of meeting, this House resolves 1, that the afternoon sitting of today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, terminates at 4 p.m. 2, to end an evening sitting today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, commencing at 4:15, evening sitting for purposes of considering priority business. And 3, that the evening sitting of today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, shall adjourn at 9 p.m. We put the question. I now put the question, which is that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 30 hours of meeting, this House resolves 1, that the afternoon sitting of today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, terminates at 4 p.m. 2, to end an evening sitting today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, commencing at 4:15 p.m. evening sitting for purposes of considering priority business. And 3, that the evening sitting of today, Thursday, 4th December 2025, shall adjourn at 9 p.m. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Go back to order number 6.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chairperson, Select Committee on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity.
By way. Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the House adopt the 4th report of the Select Committee of National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity on employment diversity audit in public institutions laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 4th December 2025. Thank you.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Labor. Chonga.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to give notice of motion of the following motion, that taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Labor in its report on the approval hearing of a nominee for appointment as the Commission Secretary / Chief Executive Officer of Salaries and Remuneration Commission laid on the table of this House on Thursday, 4th December 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 16, subsection 1 of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission Act, 412D, and Section 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, this House approves the appointment of Mr. Ali Abdallah Sarau as the Commission Secretary cum Chief Executive Officer of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Vice Chairperson, the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations. Major Bashir.
Honorable Speaker, I give notice of motion on the following report of the Department Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations, and accompanied by the State Department for Diaspora Affairs on a visit to Abu Dhabi and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates from the 8th to 15th June 2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Next. Clerk, next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Chairperson, Select Committee on National Government Constituency Development Fund, NGCDF, Musa Serma.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to give the following statement from the NGCDF committee. Honorable members, I rise to make a statement on behalf of the National Assembly Select Committee on the National Government Constituency Development Fund regarding the status of the fund as at 3rd of December 2025. Allocation to the fund and constituency budget ceiling. Honorable members, for the financial year 2025-2026, the National Government Constituency Development Fund was allocated a total of Kenya shillings 58,797,728,147. Pursuant to Section 6 and 34 of the NGCDF Act, the NGCDF Board determined the budget ceiling for all 290 constituencies. The budget ceilings were presented before the National Assembly Select Committee on NGCDF on the 31st of July 2025. The chairman tabled the report of the committee before this House on 6th of August 2025, pursuant to Section 34 of the NGCDF Act, whereby constituencies with 8 wards were allocated 221,505,235. Constituencies with 7 wards were allocated 211,874,573. Constituencies with 6 wards were allocated 202,243,910. Constituencies with 5 wards were allocated 192,613,248.
Isn't that information generally known to everybody?
It is known.
So why are you reading it? Just go to the important points.
Okay. Status and approval of project. Following the approval of the budget ceiling by NASC and NGCDF, the board issued a circular reference NGCDF FB/CEO/NGCDF circular volume 3004 dated 17 September 2025 to all fund account managers. The circular required committees to submit their respective project proposal not later than 17 of October 2025. Pursuant to Section 16 of the NGCDF Act, the board is mandated to consider project proposals submitted from various constituencies in accordance with the Act, approve for funding those project proposals as consistent with the Act, and ensure timely and efficient disbursement of the funds for implementation of approved projects. As at 3rd of December 2025, 282 constituencies had submitted their project proposals to the board, while 8 constituencies had not submitted their project proposal. Details are on this document. Out of the 282 constituencies project proposal received, 201 had been deliberated on by the board. Further, a meeting of the board of projects had been scheduled for today, the 4th of December, to deliberate on 50 constituencies. Project proposals which had not been received or had not met the threshold for tabling before the board as at 27th of November, when the last board committee on project met. I therefore urge the remaining 8 constituencies to expedite submission of their project proposal, since they are already outside the timeline set by the board. Not to emphasize the further delay in submission on project proposals would result in delay in approval and implementation of project proposals to the disadvantage of the targeted Kenyans. Receipt of the funds. Under Section 39(2) of the NGCDF Act 2015 says that the disbursement of funds to the constituency fund accounts shall be effected at the beginning of the first quarter of each financial year with the initial amount equivalent to 25% of the annual allocation for the constituency, and therefore constituency's fund account shall be replenished in 3 equal installments at the beginning of the second, third, and fourth quarter of the financial year. The status as of today, 4th July 2025, the board had received all the outstanding arrears from the National Treasury of last year, the 2024-25, of 13,455,900. As of today also, on the financial year 2025-2026, this being the second quarter of the financial year, the expected disbursement to the fund as per provision of Section 39(2) of the NGCDF Act is 29,398,864,74, out of which 21,697,728,147 has already been received by the board, leaving a balance of 7,701,135,927. The funds were received as follows. That is the 2nd of October, 2025, 5,797,728,147. 29th of October, 10,600,000,000. On 1st of December, which is a few days ago, we received 5,300,000,000, totaling 21,697,728,147. Status of disbursement of the funds to the constituencies and issuance of authority to incur expenditure. The board has disbursed a total of 12,440,000,000 shillings to 264 constituencies for administrative and recurrent expenditures, bursaries, emergency reserve, and implementation of substantive constituency projects. AIEs attached with code list for the approved projects amounting to 2,060,000,000 disbursed on 21st of October 2025 has since been dispatched to the constituencies. The board is in the process of processing AIEs attached to code list of the approved projects amounting to 10,380,000,000 disbursed as on 19th of November 2025. Status of approval of projects. To date, there are projects proposal amounting to 1,588,133,482 for various financial years that are yet to be approved by the board due to delay in provision of information required by the board to facilitate the approved project proposal as shown. 2024-2025, 1,181,155,240. 2023-2024, in 53 constituencies, 316,626,868. 2022-2023, 12 constituencies with 63,267,495. In 2021-2022, 3 constituencies, they have a balance of 12,950,000 only. On 2020-2021,
How much more to go?
just about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yes. So all that, Mr. Speaker, we have a total of 1,588,133,482 of the various financial years which are passed, which have not been approved because of lack of provision of documents. The project proposals pursuant to Section 5.6, which provides that the board shall set out general conditions and requirements for release of the funds to ensure the efficient management of resources. In conclusion, I wish to reaffirm the committee's commitment to continued engagement with National Treasury to ensure timely release of remaining funds. I further urge all constituencies to promptly provide information required by the board to facilitate timely approval of projects, proposals, and disbursement of funds to facilitate implementation of projects for the benefit of the people of Kenya. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Musa Selma Gisairo. Just
Thank you,
1
Chair.
minute.
Chair, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on 16th October 2025, a letter from Treasury addressed to the Clerk of the House gave a clear schedule on how Treasury plans to disburse the CDF money to the board. Honorable Speaker, what I expected my chair to tell us is where they are in those disbursements and why they delay. Because, Honorable Speaker, the first tranche of 5.7 was disbursed. The second for September and October was disbursed in October. But the November disbursement of 5.3 and December, which we should be expecting, has not been disbursed. Every other things that are in that message to the House is too much detail just to confuse the House and keep us hoping, yet this is the last day. What we want to hear is, when is the November disbursement of 5.3 being disbursed together with the December disbursement? Because schools are opening in a few weeks' time, bursaries are needed, and we are here listening to stories. Honorable Speaker,
Moses Selma,
can this chair, my chair, in a committee that I sit,
You are in that
give this House
committee.
clarity?
will you ensure that the disbursements are done?
Mr. Speaker, I discussed to the CS National Treasury, and he promised that within this month of December, he will be able to make the 7 billion, which is a balance to clean the quarter. But we even want more. For you to be able to disburse your bursary, we should have a total of 32 billion so that you can be able to complete the bursary in January. Thank you.
I don't want to open debate on this. Yes, Karoli?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for indulging me. Could the Honorable Chair confirm that Treasury has issued a circular to the NGCDF committees revoking the earlier circulars and exempting all NGCDF projects? Yes, because there's a problem. They can't procure. Yes, please. Thank you.
Maybe Serima may not have the capacity to answer that. But I can tell the House that the House Business Committee, and I think Millie, you should be the one to inform the House out of our meeting with the CS Treasury on matters Parliament. Can you? Yes, go ahead in a minute or so.
Mr. Speaker, I think, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity. We had a very progressive meeting with the CS Treasury. And what I can say is that a lot of the concerns that have been raised by the members have been fully addressed. I will unpackage more after. But the issues that have been concern of members have been fully addressed.
For good reason, Karoli, we leave it there. Yeah. Your concerns have been addressed. GK? Yes, Majority Leader? Jika, are you ready with the statement? How long is it? Okay. Osoro, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I am holding brief for the Honorable Majority Leader in his usual Thursday statement. That, Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44(2)A, I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025, to prioritize business for consideration during the week. Honorable Speaker, as members are aware, the House is scheduled to proceed for long recess, commencing at the rise of the House today, in today's sitting at 9 p.m., going by our calendar, for regular sittings. I wish to take this opportunity to thank the leadership and members of this House for your dedication and active participation during the session. Honorable Speaker, the House sat longer on some days and had additional sittings to conclude various items of priority. In retrospect, I believe we have achieved a lot, dared greatly, shown enthusiasm, and great devotion. Honorable Speaker, just to pick up a few accomplishments during this session, the House passed key legislations, such as the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill of 2025, the Social Protection Bill of 2025, the Conflict of Interest Bill of 2023, and even the Person with Disability Bill, Honorable Speaker, the Senate Bill number 7 of 2023. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, the House considered and approved various nominees for appointment for public and state positions, including the approval of 7 persons to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, approval of 13 persons as principal secretaries, and approval of other state and public officers. Honorable Speaker, as we recollect and appreciate what has been achieved, I wish to point out that the mission for the 13th Parliament is not yet over. We still have significant number of legislative proposals, bills, statutory instruments, and other reports that will most certainly need to our keen attention when the House resumes on Tuesday, 10th February 2026. 10th February 2026. I therefore urge members to rest, rejuvenate, and spend time with their families and constituents during the holidays so as to return with energy in the new year. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, I also wish to take this opportunity to inform honorable members that should need arise, the House may be recalled for a special sitting pursuant to the Standing Order 29 to consider important pending business and other urgent businesses that may arise in the interim. So in conclusion, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the House Business Committee, I wish all a happy festive season as you interact with your families, constituents, and other Kenyans. And I wish to remind the newly elected honorable members that the House, of course, resumes in February 10th, 2026, so that they don't find themselves here, Honorable Speaker, next week on Tuesday, when we'll be in recess, Honorable Speaker. I also take this opportunity to wish Team Kenya success at the 15th edition of the East African Community Interparliamentary Games that will take place in Kampala, Uganda, from next week. We hope to take all the medals, Honorable Speaker, and of course, reclaim the glory that had been taken by our neighbors who will be hosting us, Honorable Speaker. I now wish to lay this statement, Honorable Speaker, on the table of the House, and I thank you, honorable members. Thank you very much.
Yes, Millie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank Honorable Soro for that presentation. I've raised this issue as a matter of concern, and it has not been addressed by Parliament over the years, that people play different sports, and my sport is dancing, but we have not been able to incorporate dancing. Can we please put dancing as a sport in subsequent years? The ones who want ballet can do. Me, I just want Ohangla. We compete with Uganda and Tanzania.
You will be in the delegation to dance for those who win.
No, I want to get...
Yes. Oundo. Yes. Yes, Oundo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me also thank the majority side for the statement, and also let me take this opportunity to wish Team Kenya success in the games in Uganda. I've seen a very colorful special edition, very colorful, and I can see, Honorable Speaker, you say, go for more titles, Speaker Wetangula rallies Team Kenya, head of 2025 ESC Games. These are games for friendship, for deepening, extending friendship. So as much as those who will make it to Uganda, as you go for the gold, for these other medals, please also go and make friendship in Uganda. Uganda, normally they're very friendly people, they're very welcoming. We wish after playing, don't exhaust all the energy, playing in the field, also spare a bit of energy to interact. Honorable Speakers, you are aware, a number of our community, the Samia people, straddle both the borders of Kenya and Uganda, and about 5 constituencies are in Uganda. So on behalf of the Samia people, who probably are the majority and the most prominent people in Uganda, just like we are in Kenya, we welcome you, and as you walk around, I will accompany you to talk the language, because our language is spoken also in Uganda. Thanks a lot. Please go over and make us proud, but remember, we must leave some footmarks and footprints for us to remember you forever. Thank you.
I know your mind is profane on this. Honourable members, following the motion you passed, in case at order 8, what order, Koimburi, take your seats. Honourable members, following the motion we passed, procedurally, we have to literally and physically adjourn the House, escort the mess. The bell will be rung at 4:10, then we come back and start at 4:15. When we come back, I'll start with the maiden speeches, if you allow. The young people, your colleagues who are elected, have asked me that 3 minutes may be too little, so I'll give them 5 minutes each. How many are in the House? I see 3. So I'll give them, if I give them 5, that's 15 minutes. Then we go on to other matters. No, you don't stand. Lelmengit, you are not in the business of misleading your new colleagues, are you? Boyd, if you stood up, you'd have been totally out of order. So don't take his advice. Honorable members, it is now 4 p.m. The House stands adjourned until today at 4:15. And please maintain quorum until we finish the day. 4:15.
Senate needs to move in order for the issue of
Honorable Senators, several senators have actually in an issue expressed a concern in Koromani. But Honorable Senators, you should know that there is no statement on Koromani. I wish the member for Kakamega, the senator for Kakamega County, could have moved with the speed even to do a question to the CS in charge of environment and natural resources, so that this matter can be addressed. Because this is just a supplementary issue from the statement by Senator Mofaya, the senator for Tharaka Nithi County. But I think the senator for Kakamega, Senator Mweka, I can see you are passionately concerned with what is happening in Ikoromani. And also the committee can take up that issue and address it. The Committee on Lands, Natural Resources, if that is a live matter in Kakamega, and the people have lost lives, the committee can as well move with the speed and get concerned with what is happening there, Chairman. Chair?
On Monday this week, we had a joint committee meeting with a retreat with the National Assembly Committee on the Environment and Kenya National Human Rights Commission. And one of the issues was, again, from Ikolomani, where a young man complained that they are being harassed. They are being arrested, charged with frivolous offenses, given very high bond terms, which make them remain in remand for a long time so that they can be frustrated in order not to pursue human rights issues that are rising in that area as regards this mining company called Chantel. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to comment on two statements. One by Senator Hamida and the other one by Senator Chute on issues regarding water scarcity in Marsabit County. Mr. Speaker, I'll comment in Kiswahili on the issue of water. First of all, Mheshimiwa Speaker, nichukue fursa hii kuunga mkono.
Senator, you know you are seasoned senator, registered in this house. You can't just switch in that manner.
No,
and also I gave you the opportunity just to comment on the Ikoromani issue.
Yes,
because you are the chair
I commented on the Ikoromani issue.
Lands and development, natural resources, mining.
And sought your permission.
You cannot sneak again now to start commenting on other
Allow me, Mr. Speaker, to make a few comments on the statements by Senator Chute and Senator Hamida.
Because you are 3 minutes over, I'm surprised the table has not noticed that.
No, the 3 minutes have not started. The first one I was commenting.
Can they use 1 minute also to conclude?
On an issue on my committee. The first comment was on an issue on my committee, which you asked me to comment upon. So the 3 minutes should be starting from now. Kwanza, Mheshimiwa Spika, kuhusiana na masuala ya upungufu wa makadhi. Hili ni jambo muhimu sana kwa sababu mahakama za kadhi ndio zinasikiza matatizo ya ndoa, talaka na urathi kwenye jamii ambao ni ya Waislamu. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ukosefu wa makadhi hawa katika kaunti ya Kitale, Thika, Murang'a, Busia, Homa Bay, Migori na Faza huko Lamu ni jambo ambalo linatakana lishughulikiwe kwa haraka zaidi. Mheshimiwa Spika, hata kaunti ya Mombasa pia ina upungufu wa makadhi. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kamati ya husika ya haki iweze kulivalia njuga jambo hili, waweze kulitatua kwa haraka. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuhusiana na statement ya Senator Chute kuhusiana na ukosefu wa maji katika maeneo ya Marsabit, hili ni tatizo hata katika kaunti ya Mombasa. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mombasa hivi sasa, Mheshimiwa Spika, leo kulikuwa na maandamano katika mtaa wa Old Town kuhusiana na swala la.
Naomba nipongeze sekunde 30 peke yake.
Asante. Leo tunavyozungumza, Mheshimiwa Spika, kulikuwa na maandamano katika Old Town. Na Old Town, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni katikati ya mji wa Mombasa. Kwa hivyo ikiwa katikati ya mji wa Mombasa kuna shida ya maji, wale wanaoishi Miritini, wale wanaishi Jomvu Kuu, wale wanaishi Mwakirunge, hali itakuwa namna gani? Mheshimiwa Spika, kaunti zetu japokuwa zimepewa jukumu la kuhusiana na masuala ya maji, lakini ukiangalia bajeti zao hazina uwekezaji katika masuala ya maji. Mheshimiwa Spika, hili pia ni swala ambalo linaathiri kamati yangu, linahusu kamati yangu, na namhakikishia Seneta Chute na watu wa Mombasa kwamba swala hili tutalivalia njuga, tuhakikishe kwamba maji yanapatikana kwa wananchi wa Kenya. Hatuwezi kuwa
Senator Modigi Alexander.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa nafasi niweze kuchangia mjadala wa Seneta wa Tharaka Nithi kuhusu mambo ya madini na dhamani, kwa sababu tunajua kama waziri wa Blue Economy angeharakisha hiyo pesa ingeweza kusaidia ile county, mambo ya shule na pia mambo ya agriculture na mambo ile ingine. Kwa hivyo nataka kusema Bwana Spika, sio mambo ya Tharaka Nithi peke yake, hata Embu County mambo ya madini na dhamani in Embu County, Mbeere South, Kiangunguru Hill, hata huko tuko na miaka 2 Bwana Spika. Waziri wa Blue Economy alienda akapata madini inaitwa Kotana, na tunajua kama hii wilaya ingeharakisha kaunti nyingi ingefaidika na hizo pesa, kwa sababu tumeona hata katika ule mgawanji ya pesa ya county, unaona county zingine zinateseka na zingine zinafaidika. Kwa hivyo tunaomba waziri wa Blue Economy waweze kufanya kazi pamoja na waziri wa land, ndio hiyo mambo iweze kuonekana, ndio pia zile county zingine siweze kufaidika kama Tharaka Nithi, kama Meru, na pia hata huko Ikoromani na Embu County, Mbeere South katika ile mlima ya Kiangunguru. Kwa hivyo tunaomba Bwana Spika kuweze kuharakishwa ndio watu waweze kufaidika na hii maneno, na pia serikali itafaidika na county itafaidika, na mambo ya economy katika zile county itakuwa mazuri. Pia Bwana Spika, naweza kuunga mkono mambo ya ECD, ya mambo ya Senator wa Murang'a. Sio mambo ya Murang'a peke yake, county nyingi zinateseka na watu wengi wamejifunza mambo ya ECD pia wanateseka. Tungeomba kamati iweze kuangalia vile watu wataongezewa pesa na vile watakuwa wakilipwa pesa zao. Asante Bwana Spika, naunga mkono.
Last but not the least, the Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to make a quick comment on this issue of Angata Baragoi. That it's really unfortunate. This matter has gone on now for a while. I went there about 3 or 4 months ago, and it was understanding between the residents and the government that there will be deeper consultations until this matter is resolved with finality, because this conflict has existed for years. Many people have lost their lives, and the citizens on that day, we were seated with the Inspector General, the County Commissioner, and they promised the people that we shall come here for a consultative meeting, and we shall ensure that we reach an amicable solution between the communities that live there, so that this matter can be put to rest with finality. I'm even aware, Mr. Speaker, that these citizens have engaged the Ministry of Lands, Mr. Speaker, and I was of the view, Mr. Speaker, that once this matter is concluded, then everything should be laid to rest. Unfortunately, the last few weeks and days have been very difficult for residents of Angata Baragoi, because I have seen there have been running battles and conflicts here, and ensuring that the warring parties are able to agree with each other. It's unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that as we speak today, remember we lost 5 or 6 people that time I went. Up to date, nobody has ever been people are continue to lose their lives based on this conflict. I really want to plead with the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Lands, and all the responsible government agencies, Mr. Speaker, to see to it that we conclude on this matter expeditiously, so that people don't have to fight. We don't want bloodshed in this part of the country, or any part of the country whatsoever, Mr. Speaker, because these are things that people can sit down and agree, particularly when there is a willingness, and I can tell that there is a willingness amongst all the communities that have disagreed on this sticky issue. Therefore, I want to use the floor of this House to urge the Ministry of Lands and the Ministry of Interior to leave the offices in Nairobi, set foot in Angata Baragoi, Mr. Speaker, sit down with all the residents and the interested parties, reach an agreeable solution with all of them, and follow it through so that this thing of conflict year in, year out becomes a thing of the past. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. That is the close of the statement hour. Next on the clerk.
Order number 8, the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bills number 61 of 2022, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the regulation of assisted reproductive technology, to prohibit certain practices in connection with assisted reproductive technology, to make provision in relation to children born of assisted reproductive technology processes for connected purposes.
Next on.
Order number 9, motion, progress report of the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration on an inquiry into the diversity and inclusivity in the staff composition of state agencies in Kenya. Question to be put.
Clerk, confirm whether you have quorum to put the question. Honorable Senators, Senator Wakoli, have your seat as we conclude, we put the question, and then we can go to the next order that you are concerned with. Have the privilege to sit on the Deputy Speaker's seat. Honorable Senators, Honorable Senators, Honorable Senators, we have the quorum to put the question. Honorable Senators, I put the question that the Senate adopts progress report of the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration into an inquiry on the diversity and inclusivity in the staff composition of state agencies in Kenya, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 3rd October 2024. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 10, motion, consideration of the report of the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2023.
Chairperson, Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2023. Chairperson, Agriculture Committee. And the current majority whip of the Senate. And the member for Senator from Bungoma County. You know, with all these titles I've read,
Honorable Speaker,
it must be organized.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report on the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2023, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 4th December 2025, and that pursuant to Article 1132 of the Constitution and Standing Order 1673 of the Senate approves the mediated version of the bill. Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the members of the Agriculture Committee of the Senate that I led up to late yesterday, on the tedious and commitment they showed to ensure that this bill goes through, Honorable Speaker. I want to appreciate members of the National Assembly, led by their chair, for burning the midnight oil to ensure that we come to a consensus on this bill, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this bill had various contentious issues that made us go back to the drawing boards, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we had an issue of DSS, direct sales, Honorable Speaker, where the matter was in court, Honorable Speaker, and the court directed that the matter be shelved up to next year, where national government will do proper public participation to ensure that the farmers and the estate owners are given an opportunity to contribute and allow them and allow the government to use any bank to channel funds to farmers. Honorable Speaker, another element that is in this bill is the Research Institute, Honorable Speaker. The threshold for the management of the institute has been raised, Honorable Speaker, because the country is setting the pace in the research of coffee in this country. And if Kenya has to cut an edge above our competitors in East Africa and the world, it means that the management and the CEO of the institute must be qualified enough with experience to steer this institute, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the board as well of the Coffee Institute, Honorable Speaker, is equally mandated to oversee the management of the institute, and therefore we have various research centers across the country. This bill, given life by the approval of the President, will ensure that the farmers of this country get affordable seed, quality seed, extension services, and the county governments are able to do their bit to ensure that the coffee of this country is the best that we can ever give. Honorable Speaker, as you look at East Africa, we were in Uganda the other day. They took us through how they are investing in the coffee industry. And it gave us the impetus, Honorable Speaker, to move with speed and ensure that the farmer of this country benefits. Honorable Speaker, because the farmer of Kenya has waited for many, many a day, for a day like this, where the cooperatives will be given life through the cooperative bill, so that the management of factories and cooperatives of coffee are able to work together with the management to give farmers their sorry, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we are saying that the coffee law will help to regulate the coffee industry in Kenya, as it will ensure that the producers and manufacturers comply with established standards and guidelines. This will help in the improving of quality of coffee products, and the consumers are protected from harmful and substandard products. A clear legal framework, Honorable Speaker, for the coffee industry will make it easier for investors to understand the regulatory environment and to make informed decisions about investing in the sector. This can lead to increased investment in coffee production and processing facilities, which will create jobs and drive the economic growth. The Coffee Bill of 2023, Honorable Speaker, has provisions that protect domestic coffee producers from unfair competition from foreigners or foreign imports and middlemen. This will help to support local coffee production and ensure Kenya's coffee industry remains visible, viable, and sustainable. Honorable Speaker, the coffee industry is an important part of Kenya's agricultural sector, and promoting the growth and development of the industry will promote food security in the country. This is especially important given Kenya's dependence on imported coffee and other food products. A well-regulated coffee industry will generate significant revenue for the Kenyan government through taxes and other fees. This revenue will be used to support important social programs and infrastructure projects. The committee, having viewed the Coffee Bill, number 10 of 2023, recommends that the House approves the bill with amendments as proposed in the schedule in Chapter 5 of this report. The committee is grateful to the offices of the Speaker and the clerks of both houses of Parliament for logistical and technical support accorded to it in execution of its mandate. Finally, Honorable Speaker, we express our appreciation to members of the committee and the committee secretariat for their patient sacrifice and endurance commitment to the assignment which enabled the committee to complete the task within the stipulated period. It is now my pleasant privilege and honor to recommend this report to the Houses for approval on behalf of the Mediation Committee pursuant to Article 1132 of the Constitution Standing Order 150, one of the National Assembly Standing Orders and Standing Orders 161 of the Standing Orders, Honorable Speaker. I, Wafula Wakoli, Chairman, Mediation Committee, and the Chief Whip of the majority in the House.
Who is seconding?
I do second.
You are moving the bill.
Honorable
Just
Speaker, I
pronounce
want to
yourself
thank
that
the majority leader. His members are active. Second is...
Did you pronounce yourself that you beg to move?
Yes.
Please repeat again.
I beg to move.
Well, Majority Leader.
I want to request Honorable Cheragay to second. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Cheragay Samson.
And I wish the coffee farmers all the best as we wait for the approval and signing of the bill. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate my majority whip. Chair, I want to congratulate my majority whip and Chair of Agriculture, Senator Wakoli, before Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think this is one of the few senators who is having meteoric rise in the House. He just came into through by-election, became a chair, became a whip. His codes must be coming from somewhere that we don't know. But as but Speaker, somebody who is trying to guide me has nothing. He's a backbencher like me. So I think my majority whip was ably, and we did Wamutenda to them in better note, so he should be disciplined during this season.
Senator Cheragay, proceed and second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I second, I want to thank the majority whip, who is also the chair of Agriculture, Chair Committee, Vice Chair Senator Mundigi, and all committee members of Agriculture for the good job that they have done. Mr. Speaker, I feel honored and privileged to second this bill because, one, you have to appreciate that coffee is grown in majority of this country. Apart from Mount Kenya region, we have coffee in Bungoma, in Kericho, a place called Kipkelian, where majority leader comes from, myself in Tindret, in Nandi County, among other many counties, Mr. Speaker. And also in Meru. Of course, I've said Mount Kenya region. I thought you are a member of Mount Kenya caucus. Mr. Speaker, the point I'm trying to make, coffee is one of the most important cash crop in this country, Mr. Speaker, and across the region. You remember even during the era of 70s and 80s, the Chepkube in Uganda. At that time, they were doing even $4 billion in terms of cash of transaction, Mr. Speaker. I was looking at statistics as I beg to second, because this is just a mediated version of the bill, and allow my colleagues. Mr. Speaker, you look at 2023-2024, Kenya, the coffee was 39.9 billion turnover. That is equivalent to over $292 million. Mr. Speaker, in the first 9 months of 2025, and we exported 49.5 million kilos, Mr. Speaker, of coffee to the country. Mr. Speaker, it will come to the attention of the House in the first 9 months, we have in 2025 exported coffee worth 43.4 billion. That's a significant growth of 38%, Mr. Speaker, if the maths add up, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to agree that in honor of the coffee farmers who wake up every morning to fight the morning dew, who ensure that the coffee is harvested, who ensure that pulping is done, it is dried, Mr. Speaker, it is being processed until, Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm to the House, 3 minutes ago, I was having my coffee, and that is locally made coffee, Mr. Speaker. Just 3 minutes, I had brewed a coffee, and I can tell you it is very refreshing, Mr. Speaker, and it is the most drink after the other drinks that is not juice and water, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the biggest threat, and I'm happy that this bill, this mediated version of the bill, Mr. Speaker, as I second, is more of a cleanup. We had discussed this, Mr. Speaker. It's more how to give the substantive issue, like cleanup on the issue of the role of county governments, Mr. Speaker. Just for the benefit of the House, we are now strengthening the role of county government in terms of running the issue of holding accountability in coffee, Mr. Speaker. We have the issue of research, which we have agreed in clause number 3, and the functions and the county governments. Mr. Speaker, the reason I want to agree with this mediated version, in summary, is under the 4th schedule, agriculture is devolved, Mr. Speaker. But the policy standards remain with the national government, Mr. Speaker. It is, and I know Senator Okiya Omtata is here, that at least there have been a relationship, the bipartisan relationship between the county and the national government, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, this is very important, that even as Council of Governors and Counties take this mediated version, as provided under Article 113, 123, which shall be referred to the President under Constitution 2010 of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker, the role of county government has been defined. And under Article 96, the role of the Senate is to protect the interests of the counties, Mr. Speaker. And I want to thank the Agriculture Committee led by the Majority Whip, that this is very important that county governments has been given. Number 3, Mr. Speaker, I think the issue of direct sales, DSS, of course, it was in the other part. Mr. Speaker, the only challenge Speaker, I'm happy and I want to thank the Majority Leader, because now we have now ensured each crop has its own institute. Unlike the one that was run by one of his friends, Mr. Speaker, AFA. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy that AFA should be finished, should be dismantled, because AFA was running rice, was running coffee, was running tea, was running cashew nut, was running sugar, Mr. Speaker. At least now, we have dismantled AFA, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that there is close attention to most of these crops that we discuss. So this Coffee Research and Training Institute of Kenya will be very important, Mr. Speaker, and I want to agree with the report of the committee on the mediated version. Mr. Speaker, the issue of non-compliance and of the licensing will leave that to the county governments, Mr. Speaker. Even other issues, Mr. Speaker, even the Capital Markets Authority, so that we have the NSC, Nairobi Stock Exchange, will get into place to ensure that coffee can be traded and farmers get values. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy that the issue of catalog has been sorted out, and the warehousing, Mr. Speaker, we have the warehousing receipting law and act that is in place, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issue of licensing has been captured very well to ensure there is industry standards for quality standards. The board, the Coffee Board of Kenya, Mr. Speaker, will collaborate with licensing authority to ensure compliance to standard and quality across the nation. Even, Mr. Speaker, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, in this institute, Mr. Speaker, the role of Parliament has been highlighted very clearly, Mr. Speaker, and then there is the issue of definition of the apex, which has been captured very well, Mr. Speaker. Even in the board, we just use the Mwongozo code that has been provided for SACCAs, Mr. Speaker. The issue of Cabinet Secretary in consultation. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy, finally, as I finish, Mr. Speaker, that the issue of Cabinet Secretary, he must consult, because we don't want to create mini-goats in the Ministry of Agriculture. We want when licensing and regulations within the coffee sector are put in place, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, finally, in this mediated fashion, the second schedule has been done very well. I'm happy there is issue of warehousing, pulping station license, coffee roaster license, coffee market agents license, and trading license will be put in place. Mr. Speaker, in a snapshot, as I finish in seconding, Mr. Speaker, I want to pass my deepest condolences, Mr. Speaker, because 2 of my watchmen were killed in Jebonet areas and Maraba when the coffee thieves struck in one of our coffee centers in mills in Tindred sub-county, Mr. Speaker. I think it is neighboring Kericho, Mr. Speaker. I think we had agreed, and I don't know what the Ministry of Interior is doing, and I want to send Majority Leader. I thought we had agreed that we form anti-coffee police unit, anti-theft police unit, the way we have done to anti-stock theft unit. I'm aware in Meru and Isiolo there is the issue of cattle rustling, and people have died, Mr. Speaker. But I want to request, I know Mount Kenya region also has a challenge of coffee theft, Mr. Speaker. I think we should agree that we form a police unit to fight this theft, Mr. Speaker. I'll be barring 2 watchmen for only protecting the coffee mills, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, we must ensure, and I don't know, we had agreed, Mr. Speaker, that this police unit specifically dedicated to fight the theft of coffee should be put in place. And I hope the Majority Leader will note that to ensure is our contact with the executive to ensure the issue of coffee theft is finished. I don't know, I think Kericho is much more safer. Maybe will give us tactics on how to protect our coffee. But we don't want to resort to bow and arrows, because us can easily use bows and arrows to protect our coffee. Mr. Speaker, finally, I am happy that under President William Ruto, the issue of tea has been resolved, although we have the issue of bonus and tea price. I am happy the issue of coffee has been resolved under President William Ruto. I am happy the issue of sugar has been resolved. In the first time under Sugar Act, Mr. Speaker, sugar farmers, including Senator Boni Khalwale, are going to earn bonuses, Mr. Speaker. That is the pride that we must, that under guarantee minimum returns that the President William Ruto under better bottom-up economic transformation economy, Mr. Speaker, under better, we are now realizing guarantee minimum returns. We have fixed coffee, we have fixed sugar, we are fixed issue of, I think cashew nuts was sorted out, Mr. Speaker. We are now fixing the issue of tea. You have had by 2027, and I am happy to be alive even during that time. The Minister of Agriculture said we might get 100 plus in our bonuses when he appeared before the National Assembly. So I think the issue of livestock, I'm happy the livestock bill is being sorted. The issue of cattle rustling and banditry, no, the Senate Deputy Speaker is sad because he lost a number of people because of cattle rustling and banditry. We are passing condolences to those people. But Mr. Speaker, I'm happy. It is only under President William Ruto that most of the farmers' issues are being fixed. And that is why our opponents do not have an agenda. And I hope Medu should take the message to most of his friends, Mr. Speaker. And I'm happy Media Council of Kenya has condemned his friend, the impeached Deputy President, by attacking Stephen Leto, Mr. Speaker. They should do their politics without attacking and antagonizing media. We need free media, Mr. Speaker. Having been a champion of this, having been the chair of JLAC, like you, I cannot allow any human rights, including media freedom under Article 34 and 35, to be undermined by busybodies who are disunited opposition. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I beg to second. I thank you.
Thank you, Senator Samson Cherargei, for seconding this very important motion. And honorable senators, I now propose the question that the Senate adopts the report of the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2023, laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 2nd of December 2025, and that pursuant to Article 113, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 167.3 of the Senate, approves the mediated version of the bill. Now, honorable members, this motion is available for contribution and debate from members, and I will allow the members who requested to contribute to it. And I'll start with, now Senator Nyamo is not there, the Senate Majority Leader.
It's not loyal. Yeah, loyalty. We need to check his loyalty. Mr. Speaker, I thank you. Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate the Mediation Committee, though I appreciate them as I compare.